All right, folks, we are... Oh, no, it's raining. We are on Wagon Road, and we're still working through the 500 test man server. We're starting already with just under 300. We got up over 350 on the last round, so the numbers are big enough it feels like it's worth it. This is a CSA defending map. The point of contention, well, it's pretty much under us. CSA Arty, they have a 3-gun battery back there. What is this, 6 guns? I think there's 5 there, and I think they moved the other one. You can see the Union artillery across the way. There's a battery up here. And you can see that the CSA battery, they've been firing as quickly as they could. They were firing at that battery. I believe there's another one. Yeah, there's the other one. Anyways, the Union has opted for concentrating up here. This is at least 1, 2, 3 companies. The 4th is basically a skirmish company, it looks like. And all they have to do is go through this big open field and going up against at least 3 CSA companies. Yeah, the 4th was there. They moved to that kind of central position. So, I mean, this is what the CSA is daring the Union to do. You can see that they've... so the boundary is right back here. So it's not quite into the snake fence. But the CSA has refused its line. It's given the Union a bit more than I've seen the CSA sometimes give the Union. Sometimes the CSA will walk it right up to pretty much the boundary, but also then angle it back so that they're pretty much pinching the Union against the boundary, and they're able to throw a lot more at the way. So the way that this line is, it's kind of inverted that. It's put the point here. And it has, well, this isn't really a line anymore, but used to be. And you see the Union's got a big old push up here. I don't know if the CSA realizes how many are coming through this field here, but I don't want to allow the Union to get too bedded out here. We see they are dropping pretty richly. It's unfortunate. I mean, these have got to be the best uniforms in the game. Save none. Especially, this guy gets it. The blue blanket on there. I mean, that is sky blue blanket on there. I mean, it's peak war rights equipment right there. Anyhow, these are the things I think about when I'm paying attention to what's going on. But it looks like the CSA group that's on there, that is an okay position. There's a half stone wall, some rocks, some foliage. And I think there were 2 comparatively small companies that were squaring up. Yeah, we got 3 flags here. It doesn't feel like this is... It doesn't feel like it's 3 full companies worth. But I guess it is. And this is pretty important. I mean, whoever wins up here... Again, maybe this is the company that's just the designated punching bag, and the others, this line looks much healthier. I think there's a 3rd line that's down there that's supporting the attack on the center, but I'm not sure if CSA ended up with big Arty or what. Union has 13 in Arty. CSA has 20, so that's a 7-man disadvantage for the CSA, and the CSA is down by 8. So on the infantry end, what is that? That's a 15-man disadvantage. As CSA, yeah, I am really surprised the CSA is giving up this position, because the Union can come right in here. I mean, you could stay in the tree line and try to, then you've just given them the high ground and a little bit up there to deal with, but I'm surprised, very surprised the CSA did not want to fight for that a bit more. They were maybe losing the relative tickets trade, but just bleed some time off that black timer. I think in the long run, it's probably going to be, might be harder now that the Union has got that beat up company, be able to get all of its tickets back in, or all of its men back in. And it's probably going to be rough on the tickets. So let's see who our leadership is here. Some names I know and others I don't. I'm still getting back into this. After a while off, It's been fun. It's been great. These maps have been in rotation. The drill camp skirmish maps. The Union doing the worst thing about war rights, and that's skirmish formation, so loose formation. But I'm glad that they're still getting shot to prove the point that if you're gonna die, look good. Give us a nice thick solid line. Stop trying to play optimally and just make it look good. We might as well look at the what happened to that Union company. Oh, did they just come up this? There's a little bit of concealment there. I don't see too many Union there. It looks like that Union group has opted to shoot at the CSA already. Union can absolutely make it up into this part of the CSA already. They can also hop this fence back here, and they can deal damage to that group there. So the Union can come very far back. They can wrap at least that far around point to its backside. So you need to be aware of that as the CSA. You know you can do it as a Union, but who really needs to know that is the CSA arty guys. Because usually runaway works, and runaway is still probably the best advice, but wow, a bunch of CSA dropping in that opening. Is there a group that's is this the alright, so this must be the CSA group that was just in the center. They've gone up to shoot off, and quite effectively shoot off. Looks like the remnants of that group are going to pull back for some low percentage shots, but that works in both directions. The CSA is... Did they lose flags? Did I miss a horrendous charge? It looks like a lot of the CSA are here, so I'm not sure what happened to those flags. But... Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes.
Good job, everybody.
But yeah, in this way, I guess the CSA is trying to turn the tables on the Union. Earlier, where the Union could have had the tree line, although they didn't really use it, they opted for higher percentage shots and higher ticket burn rate. As the attackers, you have that. And I guess the CSA is just going to try to make the Union guess as to how many there are here. I would say that it hasn't really led to a change in the relative tickets, but maybe the overall burn rate, yeah, it has dropped from that higher percentage shooting we got up on the field end. Union group that was pushed off has decided to come back. I'm surprised there aren't more CSA arty guys. I was actually going to play the round in arty, and there were so many of them that were in arty. I was like, well, at this point, we'd have probably close to 3 men per gun. I don't really feel like doing that. So, I mean, it looks great and it's good, but I would be redundant. So, I feel like 2-man crews, if you know what you're doing, that was a great hit from CSA arty. A 2-man crew that knows what it's doing, especially when the caissons are near the guns like that, you should be able to just keep firing them around. And honestly, you don't need more guns, you just need more caissons. Ooh, I saw that one come in. That shell, to me, it looked like it was almost moving in slow motion. And the Union, incredibly, is giving this up. I watched the other night that the Union had 2 or 3 absolutely fruitless charges against the CSA who was up here, pretty much held the line from that tree to the boundary. And the Union just got last samurai'd every time they came out. So one Union group is going to the corn. Maybe the punching bags of the Union. Maybe it's this group again. They're continuing to take the attention of the CSA. Maybe that's freeing everyone else up to do some killing. But I would guess that Union group is looking to steal a melee on this group, which doesn't have its own flag up. And I wonder if they're going to try to come out to that corner and then overwhelm this group here. And you see some of those CSA guys are starting to run off towards other things. Looks like there was a Union push up here that they're not pushing back, but I would be very interested to see what happens with this group. I think that this is one of the safer charges.
Get on the fence, independent fire. Let's go. You see him, gentlemen.
All right, so they're gonna opt to shoot it out here.
Yeah, you're on the
Look at
independent.
those glorious uniforms. So much smoke. It's
Ready down to shoot. They're on your right.
Smoke is
southwest west on that stone
it's true.
rubble.
And I think too many. Yeah, I think a bunch of the CSA did push up, try to push that union group
on
off.
the left. I see it on the left. God damn it, man. Who is holding my goddamn left, man?
Well, they're no longer with us.
Now, Pliers, we gotta solve this hell problem, dude.
But Union's a little bit ahead. They're working at a good rate, so they got to be happy with how things have gone. This is all CSA, right? Well, you're defending. Defenders usually get better defensive terrain, and time is a constraint on the attackers, and so you generally get fewer tickets. You can also play for cap recap, and in some ways, defenders can take more deaths than attackers. And that's also true if you do it in formation. So this group is going to get charged out, and that is that one or two Union companies? All right, so I see a second Union flag there, so.
Hold there, gentlemen. Wipe them to hold on the rocks. Wipe them to hold on the rocks.
So that's the call. Let's see if the other Union groups up on the hill, they do. Oh, the CSA is moving up.
Look left, look left, left, left.
Hey, flag, pull it back. Fox stop, pull it back.
Yeah, that attack is starting to peter
Everyone pull it back to the
out.
crap.
Union going to go in here for some quick casualties. That is a faster casualty rate. Union actually looks... Wow, Union's pulling out there. It's hard to tell in the smoke, and you know you're closer to the CSA spawn. It's always prudent to get the flag out in those cases, so that's fine. This Union group up here, I thought they were getting charged by a fairly significant group. They are down to... if this group only knew the numerical advantage they have, they would probably rush this group, push them off, and force a reset. But yeah, Union should be quite happy with how things have going, how things have gone, and
yeah, I was shooting there earlier.
huh. Almost want to go back and play already, but that would be a different cast. Yeah, and that's the lower Union battery, which actually has pretty good line of sight on the CSA battery. Well, the CSA batteries are basically one; they're so close together. But there they are. We'll focus on the infantry fight. The artillery is fun to watch in between. It's fun to watch the effects of artillery. All right, I think that's the depleted Union group that has been taking its lumps for the betterment of their teammates, and they're going to fall back and get healthy. The Union is probably going to do the same, embedded in here. It's a relatively short run if they want to. I mean, if the CSA is there in big numbers. Oh, they got... I did not know the Union had 42s on this. That's interesting. I mean, then this is absolutely a pretty good thing. If the CSA is out there, you shoot them. If they're not out there, you melee and
Load buff.
you do that. There is another path in here. You can follow this. You can see where this company is. This is a pretty small company here. They can follow this line of trees in, and you can get to right up here with a lot of concealment, a little bit of cover, but a lot of concealment, and you can unload. And that half stone wall, it helps, but it's not great. This clump of rocks, pretty nice. I think that white flag is...
Get down into the bush. Get into the bush. Pick up the flag.
I know, I should be
Go into the bush.
just watching the flags.
Put it out everywhere. Pick up the flag, goddammit. One of you tap on the
Oh, I guess that was a CSA flag that was just down for a while. Was that really two Union companies? Yeah, that did not feel like two Union companies. Okay, there's a delayed Union attack now coming out of the other side that we just took a look at from that small company. I think they're going to do a little bit of damage and get wiped. Unless that company got much, much larger. That was Canister, and that seemed like it was from the CSA. I don't know. Alright, well, there are a lot of single digits up there, so...
Holy shit, we have that shit again? Holy.
Yeah,
God damn it, they're still there. Shoot the shit out of that core. Shoot that core.
Is this a big...
I'm disabled. I only got 15 plus on flag. I ain't a recore.
Huh.
Gentlemen, if you got your kid.
Alright, well, the Union really has nothing bad has happened. I mean, they're...
Good on tickets. You're doing decent. The rest of the team is doing good work.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the... stole the words out of my mouth. CSA is going to go taking losses here pretty quickly. They might have to think about cap recap. Oh, the CSA has 2 companies up here. Oh. So they have 2 up here, 2 down there. Alright, so what the Union can do is with the 2 companies, the Union... What? One of the officers just evaporate, probably respawning, but with the 2 companies there and the other one there, they could keep sending 3 at 2. And they were getting in there, they were doing some casualties, but yeah, it's a really good ticket burn rate for the attackers, and I don't know, yeah.
That fucking company.
I get it, but let's see what the Artie situation is here. 20 still for the CSA, 14 for the Union. So I don't think it's changed all that much. I see some Union way out there. Way out there crossing over. That's curious. All right, they're doing that. This Union group, there's got to be 2 companies, right? There's another one up there. I think it's 2 different companies. They're crossing. CSA already certainly solid. You see 1 Union flag there. I suspect there's another one there, so it's really 4. I think at the moment it's 4 CSA companies shooting into 2 or 3. Well, it's 2 up there, 1 here, and then I'm pretty sure 1 crossed over. Otherwise, I'm not sure what all that infantry running across the field over here was. That's already... This happened to me the other day. The Union looked like there was just an officer who's never in, but he might be like last on the flag with 30 people.
Guys, stop. You're shooting at us. I'm on your team. Press T. You see I'm on your team.
To the southeast, everyone focus your fire to the southeast. Yeah, what's up?
I mean, CSAR guys chasing up 11 Union. Dude, these are the things you see sometimes. Alright, and then there's... Oh, that's the... Never mind, that's the 3rd company that's there. I'm still not sure what the 4th company is, but it doesn't matter. I'd like to see how effective all of this is. We got the War of Rambos here. Union's tucked in on that side, but they got a sizable number.
Flag down, volunteer, flag down, volunteer.
See, a lot of CSA shots are going high. They're going up to us.
They're still there, boys. They stubborn. Show them what stubbornness gets you. Put a bullet in their chest.
I don't know, maybe the other Union company lost its officer? 1, 2, 3. No, they don't have them.
Advance to the new line. Advance to the new line. Advance.
Yeah, both CSA companies that were up here have opted to burn a little bit of time off the clock, but they've lost tickets at a very high rate here.
We can't charge it, it's too risky. We'll lose a lot of tickets alone. But we can kill a shitload anyway.
Oh, there's a rebel, there's a rebel.
Hold it, independent fire. Hold it, independent fire, independent fire.
A lot of those CSA shots connected. I mean, it's not terribly far distance. I don't know if these guys have 42s. But something that the other groups did, and that's probably why they wedged themselves in a little bit closer. All right, I think I see 2 Union officers here. I think I see the surge forward. So let's check it out. And maybe the surge that wasn't, but yeah, if any of these are 42s, these guys have the Navy hats. It's just going to do tremendous work at this range. Yeah, that's the Union just going to be taking losses. The CSA is a good 40% of the way through, so it's a big advantage. I would say already, and another Union charge. So this group's coming out. You're going to get, I think, 3 Union companies here against these 2. They had nobody to call that out. You have guys mid-reload. I mean, the lead company pretty much pierced half of that company before I think anybody in the CSA and knew what was going on. CSA is going to dump a bunch of tickets. I was about to say before that charge went off, it was about the time where the CSA needs to pull back and play for a cap recap. I don't know exactly how it works here. With this being the field, I guess you pull back probably along this fence. If the Union wants to come up, they can try. You can sit on this snake fence, and you can pour arty in them, or just let time burn off the clock. But I don't know if the CSA also has 42s. I don't know how prevalent it is. You probably don't want to eat too much of that if you're the CSA, but that's probably your only option to get back in this game. And that was true before this charge. But look at how relatively few casualties the Union has taken here. It's barely moved, and the CSA has, I don't know, what is that, 20, maybe 30% left of its taking losses. The Union has both flags here. They're spawning people, and they got to get those flags back. You don't want to throw this close. That's very good flag work.
Oh my god, oh my god.
No, keep those flags going back. Keep them going back. Don't. Yeah, there you go. All right, you got experienced people, so you might even want to bring that up to your friendlies up there. Friendlies up there, I don't know if they could figure out what's going on. But look at that. I guess the CSA didn't even have 20 or 30% left. It was far less. And so now for the rest of the game, the CSA has to hold cap. 17.5 minutes. Union's got a huge ticket lead. As long as the Union keeps its flags, it should be fine. Tickets don't really matter. Shouldn't matter too much to the Union. You can see that Union's embedded themselves, and they're just bullying the CSA back over this 40-50 yard gap here. It's the thing about cover and concealment. It usually works in both directions. The pits is, yeah, the CSA already's up there, but they don't seem... Oh, it looks like a Union infantry group or a self-appointed group of commandos. Looks like there's at least one artillery guy in there. A gunner's haversack. CSA guys are like completely unaware of what, I mean, they're still moving guns and stuff. That was a delicious spite shot. This is already officers hasn't pulled out the pistol yet, so either has none or doesn't get it, but that's, well, that just gets the CSA that much closer to last standing. this round to its end. And at this point, it is over. It's not the. It is by no means the most pressing thing.
Well done. Very well done.
But in some of these, just have the option to like just put a vote out
Good shit.
to, I don't know, the whole team and just vote to surrender, because you're not gonna hold it and it's gonna go on for a while. But you know, people want their XP or whatever, fighting for pride or something.
Yeah, this is gonna be a charge here.
Yep.
Alright, everyone charge. Everyone is charged. Flag hold back. Send another one.
Yep. The thing is, playing this far back, it doesn't tell the CSA have any scouts that tell them, like, hey, we're about to get charged.
Room service.
Who was that? Okay, so that was Union already. That absolutely timed that shot perfectly. And placed it.
Bayonets, they're charging. Bayonets.
Yeah, somebody's finally calling them out.
Bayonet.
And you see that last Union group that was up there?
Protect the flag,
They're coming through. CSA might get through all of this. Not in last stand. They may not. What did we get to? We got up to 350. Which is an accomplishment. This is a pretty good map. And so I think people will stick around for it.
Chase that flag! Chase the flag!
Looks like it was a CSA shot, but yeah, CSA's on death's doorstep here. The Union has really embedded themselves. They've done a good job of pushing up, getting healthy, pushing up further. CSA's been very slow to react. That one sounded like it was the Union. I don't think they know how far up they've pushed.
Hold this fence line, hold this fence line, hold this fence line, hold this fence line. Let the artillery do whatever the fuck they want.
The officers,
Hold here, hold
party
here.
officers
It's
should be able to
straight
tell
on. They're
we're
coming
on
from the main
cap.
spawn.
Don't shoot at it.
That's fine, let them, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cheers. I see him. Keep shooting, straight down there.
Yeah. Just step back from those fences. Should be able to do a ton of casualties. So now, CSA will get a spawn wave from last stand. That dude was dedicated.
Come to the corner. Everyone come to the corner. To the right.
To the right!
Come to the corner.
Yep. It's a good call.
This is a massive one.
The other Union groups. All right, so that again, I think that group is the tripwire, and they are definitely doing claymores worth of work.
GG.
And that's
This one, miss.
So very nicely done there by the Union. I don't think that there was anything too special about that. I just think maybe up top early on, CSA needed to play a little bit closer to the line and contest the Union pushing out of that cornfield. Force the Union to bleed a lot of tickets and time. This one's tough for the CSA. I watched the CSA completely dominate the Union on this very recently, and the Union still almost stole a victory at the end and was just barely defeated. So yeah, I mean, CSA took more casualties, a little bit more in skirmishing, and quite a few more in the outer lines. I didn't see exactly when they happened, but yeah, doing all of that is very rough. So, all right, that was that was a learner, and hopefully we have another good one coming up soon.